How we doing, folks? Thanks again for joining me for another video in the same swim on the old local day ticket. It just seems to be a good spot to be in at the moment. The fish are here and it's a good place to do this viewer request, which is something I would never do. Don't ever think I have done up to, well, now. And that is tight lines in the edge. So what someone's requested is said, mate, can you do either 1, 2, 3 rods, your choice, fished in the edge or you're near margin, but fished tight to the point where tips are sort of curved round a little bit, or as tight as I can get them with the lead I'm using. So that is what we're going to be doing in this one. I can't really see it being a good positive outcome, if I'm honest, but you never know. A lot of you will know I fish slack lines a lot whenever I can. This is the complete polar opposite. In the edge, I'd have them slackened off from the tip ring straight down. In this one, the viewer wants them fished as tight as possible. They've asked to stay anonymous, absolutely fine. Like I say, some of you don't mind being mentioned who you are, some of you like to be anonymous. Makes no odds to me whatsoever. So let me spin you around, show you where we are, and let's get on with it. I'm sure a lot of you will already know where I am because you'll have watched the other ones, but in case you haven't, I am on Lovells. I'm on the main lake, or the old lake. I'm at the deeper end. I'm in a peg I've had some success in today and some not success, shall we say. But in this one, we are going to fish right in the edge. So we're going to fish down there, sort of maybe one there and sort of one there. I'm going to try put 3 out because it gives it every chance. Probably one there, actually, one there and one there. Literally flick, flick, flick. I've got the hook baits on from the last video. There's no point changing them, they'll be absolutely fine. They are 15mm mainline banoffee shelf life, straight out the bag. The rod set up, in case you've not seen it, starting from the main line, that's the KORDA Kaizen in 20 £, down to the dark matte tungsten tubing, KORDA run sleeve, 3 oz flat swivel pair. In there's a size 8 quick change swivel. That's got a tungsten anti-tangle, a sleeve on there over a length of N-Trap soft, coated braid but without the break. I don't fish it with a break anymore. Claw hooks on the end. All 3 rods are fished the same. Like I say, they're just going to get lowered in the edge. I'm not going to bother with a bag. They don't need a bag. I can see the rig as it lands if it's tangled or not, which it won't be. And then we're just going to scatter some broken banoffee boardies sort of all over the area. I'm fishing tight, so yeah, let's get on with it. So I said I'd crumb some banoffee boilies up. There's not many. There's probably 14, 16 baits I've crumbed up there. All I'm going to do is just scatter them over the rods once I've flicked them out. So I'll spin you around, put you on the camera, we'll get the rods in and we'll get some bait in. So let's get these out there then. I don't think I require my finger stool for safety because yeah, there's not much range on these ones, but you may as well watch all 3 going quickly, and then we'll get some bait over the top. Definitely loosen the clutches up on these ones, so get it off there. The viewers asked for it tight, so it's in the clip. That is tight, so I'll just scatter a little bit of bait. That's that one done. So that one's in tight again, a bit more bait. Now for this one, the reels always sit wrong, they're always going up, never down. And the last of the bait. There we go then. You've seen it pretty much live as it goes. All three fish tight in the edge. One of those goes, yeah, I think we'll certainly know about it. I think we'll put you on the stand there and we'll just see what happens, because if it goes, I need to be sitting here really. I'm going to move my chair forward and sit next to my rods on this one. So I'm just going to sit here literally so I can just grab one if one goes, because if it goes it's just going to go out of nowhere. I can imagine that must look horrific down there. The tubing's going to be up in the air because I'm fishing that tight. The tungsten tubing, it won't be on the deck doing what's meant to do, pin the line down. The line is bowstring tight right down, so it must look awful. If this catches a fish, I will be amazed. I'm going to give it the 2 hour slot that I've allowed. That will leave me about an hour, hour and a quarter of light left for the day, which I am going to fish here into dark tonight. So we might get one more video, just a little, an hour on the method feeder or something like that. But yeah, if this goes, I'll be amazed. But you never know, it's a viewer request, so again, thank you for that. Appreciate you want to stay anonymous, so I'm not going to mention you, but I wouldn't fish where I'm even fishing in this peg, let alone how I am. So if I do catch anything, nice one, thank you, that's down to you. I've got to be honest, this sort of fishing, it's a bit like you're on the edge of your seat, because you're not going to get any kind of indication. It's just going to melt off. The rod's going to hoop over and you've got to try and grab it. I've been looking down there and there's been no sort of signs of bubbles or activity or anything like that happening, but it could just come out of nowhere, you know. We're 40 minutes in and I haven't relaxed at all in this 40 minutes. Since I've sat here, I've just been on edge the whole time, so it's quite exciting fishing. Yeah, it's definitely different. But while I'm sort of sitting here and I'm able to cover my rods, I will just sort of say to you, as always, thank you very much for supporting the channel in whatever way that you do. Really, really is appreciated. Also, these viewer requests, they're really appreciated as well, because if not, I would maybe turn up and sort of do the same thing over and over again, maybe. So it's nice to have different ideas like this. This is something I'd never turn up and do. So yeah, thanks for the request, but most importantly, thanks for everyone supporting the channel, because it is helping it grow. It is getting bigger every video I put out, and that's because you lot are clicking subscribe when I ask you to, saying if you won't mind, if you haven't already. Some of you do, so honestly, thank you very much. And if you are new or you haven't yet subscribed, please consider it. It is free, there's no contract. You can unsubscribe any time just by clicking the button again. If you click it once, you subscribe. If you click it again, you unsubscribe. It is that simple. And if you do subscribe, you can click the bell icon and you'll know every time I put a video out. But in case you don't do either of those, or you can't because you're not subscribed, you can't press the bell, my videos come out at 6 o'clock. They'll never come out any other time other than 6 o'clock at night. So if you don't want to be a subscriber, that's absolutely fine. Maybe a thumbs up, comment, any of that business would really, really be helpful. But if you don't want to do anything, you just want to watch, again, you're still supporting me just by giving me the view. So whatever it is you do from me, thanks very much. But for now, I'm going to sit here and just keep looking. See, I'm struggling to stop looking at them, even though I'm only there. It's yeah, it's different. It's different fishing. Anyway, I'll bring you back if something happens, I guess, because there is no moving of rods. There's no changing bait. There's nothing. It's they either go or they don't. Well, I thought I'd dare to walk off the rods and stop the old clip and start a new one. Check the time. There's actually 20 minutes left. Where that time's gone, I don't know. I think it's because I've been sort of sitting on that chair, not being able to settle on edge, and because if any second it goes now, if it goes, I'll be knocking the camera stand out the way and grabbing the rod before I lose one. But yeah, it's just gone really, really quick. But I've seen no signs whatsoever. I don't ever think I've caught a carp at this edge, if I'm honest, at all. So yeah, maybe on the long lake would have been better to do this. So I may well redo this one at some point, or do this again, I should say. I'm going to keep this one as it is because it's what's happened. There's 20 minutes left. Like I say, something could happen. It's doubtful. The light levels are definitely faded as well, but you just never know. So I'm going to pause this, get my ass back on that chair, see what the last 20 minutes brings. If anything happens, you'll see it. If it doesn't, you'll see me for an outro. And I can relax again now the rods are back in. Fish has just shown, well, maybe 3 rod lengths out. Not where I was fishing, but every single rig come back in clean. I'm just going to check the hook bait because we're not using these again, but yeah, they've gone very, very soft. I know they've been used for 4 hours because I had them on for a couple of hours, the vlog before this one, and they've been down there 2 hours. So, but yeah, they have kind of like, look, you don't really have to put any pressure on to break them. Yeah, they're all the same. Never mind. So that's something to take note. 4 hours in, those shelf lives are quite soft. You wouldn't want to use them much longer than that. Do you know what? This bloody bubble's just popped up there as well. Can you believe it? Well, with the next vlog, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put one back in the edge, but I'm going to fish it slack. So I'm going to put a fresh hook bait on the right hand rod. The next one, I've got about an hour and 20 minutes, I reckon, of light. So I'm not going to hang around. I'm going to do my outro and then get on with the next one. So is the outcome what I expected? If I'm honest, yes, it is. But again, like I say, it's a suggestion, a viewer request. I'm happy to try it. Sorry, this is a blank one. It's probably a short one, to be fair. I haven't looked back because there isn't really much to show you. Just the rod set up, the rod's going in, and that's it. You know, there's not much you can do. Fishing tight on the edge, you can't really change things. It's you're in the edge for the session and you're fishing tight for the session. That's it, other than changing hook bait choice, which I don't think would make any difference. There isn't much, so apologies, it's a short one. It's a blank one. I am going to try this again though, but on the long lake in the future, because they're deeper margins and maybe suited slightly better. I don't know, but anyway, I am going to bugger off and say thanks again for watching. Don't forget the old thumbs up, subscribe and all that business. I am going to squeeze one more in today. Might not be the full 2 hours, who knows, it'll be till it's dark, but that is going to be the flatbed method feeder. So I need to swap my rods around, or 2 of them, but I am going to put the 3rd rod back in this edge and just slacken it off and see if there is any fish coming, because there is bait there now. But from me again, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy, hope you're being lucky out on the bank yourself, and hopefully you'll join me for the next one. And how many more times can I say hopefully? Anyway, until next time, take it easy.